Hey guys, William here, aka Big Bastard, and I know it's been a while, and I told you that was going to be the case with schooling and everything. Schooling's out for winter break, and so I figured I would try to get some content up, preferably en masse during this break. But the first thing I want to talk about now is yesterday I went and seen Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I was really excited about this movie coming out. Seen a couple of previews and they kind of hooked me because I kind of got the idea that I understood where the movie was going. So far I've ended up seeing episodes 1, 2, 3, and 7 at the theater because though I was around at the time Empire and Return of the Jedi hit theaters, I was still a wee little thing and we didn't quite attend movies like we do now. So I'm going to give you kind of my take on Star Wars: The Force Awakens and let you know what I liked about it. And I can't really let you know what I didn't like about it. There's only one thing I didn't like about it. Until you go over to the spoiler-filled review, which is going to be chock full of everything. But yeah, there's only one thing I didn't like about it. Other than that, pretty much perfect movie. One of the things that was excellent for me was I had I watched episode 1 Phantom Menace some 27 times at the theater. Yeah. And I think it was kind of a ooh shiny thing, first Star Wars movie ever in a theater that I could see. And reflecting on the plot of Phantom Menace after that, though, I began to see it was just that. It was ooh shiny and not a lot of substance. Especially giving the hints that Lucas had in the older franchise of developments between Luke and Anakin and stuff like that. And overall, it was kind of disappointing. Now, I don't rag on 2 and 3 like the others did. I thought 2 and 3 were actually pretty good for what they were doing. Obviously, there's going to be the continuity issues. The fact that Anakin, when Obi-Wan tells Anakin in Star Wars, tells Luke in Star Wars: A New Hope that he was good, an excellent pilot and a good friend. You know, I was kind of getting images of Anakin having some kind of career as a pilot that Obi-Wan might have observed uh, before Anakin got into the Jedi Order and stuff like that. I'm not talking about, this whole pod racing shit. I'm talking about, maybe smuggling runs or crap like that. But obviously, uh, Lucas had to maintain the whole too young, too old to train. But really, Anakin was pushing, even at his age, was pushing the boundaries of that age limit. But so in uh, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, or I'm sorry, in the third one, I forget what it's called, the one where Anakin gets toasted in lava. The other problem I have with that is that, here all of a sudden Obi-Wan Kenobi's just dropping off this kid at Owen's place. And again, going back to episode 4, A New Hope, when Owen Lars is talking about Anakin, you get the sense that he also knew him much longer than just a short stay at Tatooine and hi bye, awesome. I thought that whole thing lacked depth and substance. But again, I understand where he was coming from to some degree on it. I thought the second trilogy, which is the first chronological ordered trilogy, was rushed and could have been done better. But watching all those, the one thing that I never ever got a sense of was that special moment feeling that you get when you watch the original movies. Out of the originals, uh, Empire Strikes Back is my all-time favorite out of any of the movies. Empire Strikes Back is, for me, the premier Star Wars movie of all time. Return of the Jedi second, uh, A New Hope third, and then it kind of scales down the trilogies backwards, the prequels backwards. So you might be wondering where the Force Awakens stands there. And I gotta tell you, I mean, watching this, I got that magic feeling. You get all sorts of Han Solo for most of the movie. I'd say about 2/3, because there's a lot going on before Han Solo involving a stormtrooper who eventually gets named Finn, because before all he had was a designation, and he kind of lost his backbone, so to speak, or found his compassion, whatever you guys want to call it. But he turned against the Order, the First Order, and was helping a rebel pilot named Poe. I think it's Cameron Poe, and helped him uh, escape from the First Order. And then he basically ends up running into Finn basically ends up running into this scavenger Ray, and she's the gal that you'll see with the goggles in the previews, but she uh, has a major role to play, but you don't really see that at the beginning. You think she's just a scavenger. And she pulls off more like a Han Solo than a Luke Skywalker. But you'll see that she has a very significant role to play in the movie later on. And just the integration of all these characters, I mean, it was. I loved it. I was just. It overwhelmed me. It really did. Because for the first time ever, I feel like now it's my time. Now I got my Star Wars movie. Because episodes 1, 2, and 3 seemed like they were geared more towards, I wouldn't even say Gen X, I'll say Gen Y. Because it was all flashy, and it was more about the action than the actual heart of the story. And despite the fact that, I did enjoy episodes 2 and 3 and don't rag on like other people do, it was still not that experience that I was looking for. J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens is that experience. It was, for me, very moving. For the real diehard fans, it might even be the closest thing to a religious experience you're ever going to get, because it's new, and yet with all this new, it's scaled down to the degree that somehow, and I don't know how he did, J.J. Abrams pulled off perfectly the elements of new and nostalgia. And that blended feeling that you get is just almost nirvana. It is like, it's incredible. And so I enjoyed it. I hope you guys all go out and see it if you haven't. Um, I will be doing a spoiler-filled review, so that, I mean, I would prefer you watch the movie, but if you decide not to, go ahead, jump over there, check it out. But yeah, awesome movie. Go see it. Let's help break some box office records. Forget Adele, and the $1,000 to $4,000 tickets. you know, just go see Star Wars, because The Force Awakens, because it really is a phenomenal piece of work. So that's it for this review. I'll catch you guys later, and actually soon, hopefully. And you take care. And this is Big Bastard signing out.